What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good? What's good? What's good? How y'all feeling? How are you guys doing out there? How are y'all feeling? Make sure y'all tap into the live, man. We got a great one coming up. How are y'all doing? Shout out to Atlanta in the building. What's good? Freddie out there in Pennsylvania. What up? Xena Omega. Welcome in. Shout out to DC. What else we got? Columbus, Ohio. Welcome in. Rikers Island. Okay, shout out to Rikers Island. Stay safe. Dallas, Texas was good. Colorado Springs, I see you. Hollywood, California was good. County jail. You not from the county jail. Knock it off. D Thorne, you not messaging me from the county jail. Knock it off. Shout out to D Thorne, man. Galveston, Texas. VA, the city of Atlanta. Shout out to the DMV. That's from a state of confusion. London in the building was good. DMV. He said, oh, maybe not yet. Let's give it another 30 seconds, man. We're going to get into this breaking news story for you guys, man. Okay. Philippines was good. What else we got? Welcome to the Lakers. Assistant GM to Nico. Somebody said Asgard. What's good? Straight from Narnia. What up? All right, so let me get into this live, man. We got a breaking story for you guys, man. We are on the verge of watching somebody get fired right now. Let me see. For you. Okay, let me pull this up here. So I want to play this video here for you guys. Here, let me pull it up. Here it is. All right, so let's pull this up. All right, just a second. So this is a report that we're getting. Nico Harrison's relationship with the Mavericks ownership has reportedly crumbled. It's a matter of when, not if, Nico Harrison will be fired. Let me play the video for you.
Man, there's just like, dude, there's a whole lot of things that ain't good with the Mavericks. And hey, at this point, I believe it is a matter of when, not if, Nico Harrison will be fired. And there is a very, very strong likelihood that will be mid-season. Maybe they can get things turned around. Maybe he can go from sizzling to, a more normal temperature. But, I always say, like, dude, every time I think that they've hit rock bottom, they find they find a way to drill deeper. And
they almost lost to Washington. They won.
That would have been drilling. That would have been drilling all the way down to Hades, and that's about how hot Nico's seat is. Deal. But man, there's just like, dude, there's a whole lot of things that ain't good with the Mavericks. And hey, at this point, I believe it is a matter of when, not if, Nico Harrison will be fired. And there is a very, very strong likelihood that will be mid-season. Maybe they can get things turned around. Maybe he can go from sizzling to, a more normal temperature. But, I always say, like, dude, every time I think that they've hit rock bottom, they find they find a way to drill deeper. And
they almost lost to Washington. They won.
That would have been.
Okay, so this is from people keep asking me, who is this? This is from Tim McMahon of ESPN. Okay, reporter for NBA on ESPN. He's the one that's reporting this news, Tim McMahon. Because some people, here we go with the who said this? Who said this? Was it Zip with the Drip? Who said it? Shout out to Zip with the Drip, man. So y'all hear the news, man. Nico Harrison is on the verge of being fired. As we sit here and speak, the Dallas Mavericks are sitting at damn near the bottom of the Western Conference with a 3-7 record. Anthony Davis, if I'm not mistaken, let me pull up Anthony Davis stats. I think AD hasn't even played. Let me just pull this up here. Let's pull up Anthony Davis's stats. So Anthony Davis, as far as his being a Dallas Maverick, has played a grand total of 5 games as a Dallas Maverick. 5 Anthony Davis has played. If you look at Luca Donic, the key player that was traded in this blockbuster deal, even if we're talking about it from an availability standpoint, Luca played 50 games last year. I'm seeing it here for the Lakers. And he's already played 6 games for this year for the Lakers. So from an availability standpoint, the Lakers are already winning this trade because one guy is available to play. Then you look at what is going on in Dallas. It looks like an utter disaster. And I am willing to go out on a limb that if the Dallas Mavericks did not trade Luca Doncic, the Dallas Mavericks would have a better record this season at this point if they had Luca. I don't think anyone can argue with that. Had they kept Luca and things remain the way that they are, meaning Kyrie's out, they have Cooper Flag, they have all of the other players, they would absolutely have a better record. Absolutely. Because Luca Doncic, unlike AD, who is a defensive powerhouse who can score, Luca is a playmaker that can lift an entire offense. We're seeing that in LA. And now we're at the point with Anthony Davis where the trade is such a disaster because AD, even if he comes back, we don't even know. We don't even know how long he's going to stay because all of us are going to be holding our breath. So for the new people coming into the live, this report here is being reported by Tim McMahon of ESPN. I want to play the sound for you guys. First of all, let me read the soundbite. Says Max B is free. Shout out to Max B. Yo, I saw the news. Yesterday. The Wave God is back. I saw it on French Montana's page. Actually popped up on my Facebook. Then I saw Max B with French Montana. So I'm sure all of the entertainment, hip hop websites, I'm sure they're covering that, and they got the information to that. Shout out to Max B. Anyway, so this is the report, guys. It says Nico Harrison's relationship with the Mavericks ownership has reportedly crumbled. Let me play the sound.
Deal. But man, there's just dude, there's a whole lot of things that ain't good with the Mavericks. And hey, at this point, I believe it is a matter of when, not if, Nico Harrison will be fired. And there is a very, very strong likelihood that will be mid-season. Maybe they can get things turned around. Maybe he can go from sizzling to...
Let me pause the video. Somebody's saying it sounds like it's just his opinion and not real fact. What language are we all speaking here, Mr. Terrence? Are we not all here speaking English together? Is this man not speaking English, or is he speaking Mandarin or something? Where do you hear it's his opinion? Let's play it again. Oh, why did it pause? 1 second.
Man, there's just dude, there's a whole lot of things that ain't good with the Mavericks. And hey, at this point, I believe it is a matter of when, not if, Nico Harrison will be fired. And there is a very, very strong likelihood that will be mid-season. Maybe they can get things turned around. Maybe he can go from sizzling to, a more normal temperature. But, I always say, like, dude, every time I think that they've hit rock bottom, they find they find a way to drill deeper. And
they almost lost to Washington. They won.
That would have been drilling. That would have been drilling all the way down to Hades. And that's about how hot Nico's seat is. Deal.
They just reported. Where is the poster that we did the other day? Just the other day. Nico Harrison's job security may be in serious jeopardy. It then continues on. When I say big changes might be coming, legitimate questions right now is whether Nico's job is in serious jeopardy. When you talk to people about the Maverick around the league, it's the first question that people are asking. This is what's being said right now in the NBA. How is he going to hear the information from the owner? Is the owner going to come out and say, I'm going to fire Nico Harrison? Is the owner going to go tell this guy, hey, I'm firing Nico? Why would he do that? When else has an owner ever done that? That they're going to go tell a reporter, hey, I'm about to fire Nico or fire so-and-so GM. When have we ever seen this? He said, you really think ownership, of course, even if ownership greenlit the deal, if the deal didn't work out, are the owners going to step down? Are the owners going to step down, or don't they usually make a change? And just because, you see, now you're just making an inference as well, because you don't know. You're saying, do I think? Do you think? Or do you know? I don't know. Do you know? Because you're saying this is all opinions. Do you know? As the way the thing is going now, the Dallas Mavericks are going backwards. And if you just look at it from a star-to-star perspective, Luca to AD, it looks like a disaster. Because at the very least, Luca is available. He's playing. He's having an impact on his team. Anthony Davis, we cannot say the same for him. He said Kyrie's hurt. So is LeBron. So has been other players. But the impact that Luca is having is greater from an availability standpoint, and what he's doing on the court is greater. I think Anthony Davis, wasn't it his first game? Was it not his first game as a Dallas Maverick? Correct me if I'm wrong. Where it looked like he was going to have like a 40 and 20 night, and he got injured in the third quarter last year. Was it not his first game where he went down? Then you turn around, I think, 5-6 games into the season, AD has played 5 games for the Dallas Mavericks, and he's already out. He's already out, something that has to do with his leg or his tendons or something like that. The guy's already out. So if you're the Dallas Mavericks and you're looking at the situation, the team is sitting there with a damn near almost at the bottom of the Western Conference with a 3-7 record. They just finally won a game. And you're saying to yourself, well, damn, AD is not returning anytime soon. Kyrie is not coming anytime soon. Meanwhile, I look at the Lakers. The Lakers are the 4th seed in the Western Conference. And LeBron isn't there, so it's not like as if it's saying, oh, Luca has all of his horses running with him, and he's just doing much better because he has so much more available players. So it is a disaster for Dallas. And if you're looking at this thing moving forward, this Dallas trade was supposed to pay off in the short term, not the long term. This wasn't a long-term move. This was a short-term move that was meant to pay off right now. The Luca trade was something that was meant to pay off in the future. That's why this thing looks so bad. Don't forget, Luca's 26. Anthony Davis is 32. You're looking at a 6-year age difference. Not to say that Luca is the most durable, Luca is the most fit. No. But in terms of working out for Dallas, it needed to work right now. Dallas really had a 2-year window to really make this thing work. And then you have the issue with Klay Thompson. People are bringing him up in the comment section. Klay Thompson being a Dallas Maverick, it's a disaster. And I don't know if we're going to put that on Nico Harrison. I don't think it's fair to say that he's the reason that Klay Thompson's game just fell off a cliff. And now all of a sudden we're hearing reports that Klay Thompson can be traded to teams like I'm hearing the Lakers and some other team. That's not his fault. But if you're the leader and you're the captain of the ship, whether it's your fault or not, the blame is going to fall on your shoulders because the owners are not going to take the blame. The owners are not going to fire themselves. So if somebody needs to go, it's going to be the general manager or the coach or whoever, because those pieces are more expendable. You know it's bad. You know it's bad when you got people out there making videos like this. You know it's bad when this is what it's come down to. Look at this video. Lakers exiting players. It's Dalton Connect. Keep watching. That's Dalton Connect leaving the Lakers. That's Rui Hachimura leaving the Lakers. Luca Doncic. Keep watching. Look at this. Look at this. Let's go back. Look what people are doing to AD. Look. Look at what people are doing to AD. They got this man leaving a Laker game in a damn ambulance. Now, it's not true. It's not true, but damn. For goodness sakes, they call the guy Mr. Street Clothes. Dreamers Pro, already people blessings on the sessions. AD left in the ambulance. That's what they're doing to him. So this is the reputation. So yeah, Nico's in the hot seat. Yeah, Nico is in the hot seat. It was a controversial trade. And it better pay off. Just trade everyone to the Lakers. Can someone else have a player? Appreciate the comment. So this is what they're doing. So I don't know if Nico's job is going to be safe. But that's the trade-off you make when you pull off something like that. Hold up. Stephen A. Smith just said something in response to Michelle Beadle. Let me see what this dude said. He said, you let them keep talking. You feel bad for them from time to time because that's how desperate they become. And they know who they are. So Stephen A. Smith is talking about Michelle Beadle there. Let me play what Tim McMahon said.
Oh, man.
Damn, I can't. Hold on 1 second.
Deal. But man, there's just like, dude, there's a whole lot of things that ain't good with the Mavericks. And hey, at this point, I believe it is a matter of when, not if, Nico Harrison will be fired. And there is a very, very strong likelihood that will be mid-season. Maybe they can get things turned around. Maybe he can go from sizzling to, a more normal temperature. But, I always say, like, dude, every time I think that they've hit rock bottom, they find a way to drill deeper. And
they almost lost to Washington. They won.
That would have been drilling. That would have been drilling all the way down to Hades. And that's about how hot Nico's seat is. Deal.
So, guys, that's the update. So, do y'all think Nico's going to make it to the end of the season? Do y'all think so? Because we already have people talking about the Dallas Mavericks are misusing Cooper Flag. That they're not utilizing him properly. Do you think he's going to make it to the end of the season? Nico made Rob Pelinka look like a damn good GM. Charles, it's not Nico's fault because he's black, according to some people here. Charles, it's not Nico's fault because he's black, according to some people here. Okay, I didn't see those comments there. I didn't read those comments. It said Mavs will be good. Lakers ain't winning bleep with Luca. Nope. He said, remember when Barkley and Shaq couldn't stop laughing when they showed AD in a wheelchair and Shaq was crumbling papers? Yes. I definitely remember that video. That was one of the funniest videos ever, man. Nico was always the fall guy. Barkley, it's a basically 80 controls his future. Mr. Nico, worst trade of all time, Harrison. Yeah, it's looking like that. It said, what would you have done if you were the owner? The owner of who? The Mavs or the Lakers? Because if I'm the Lakers, I'm pulling off that trade. If I'm the Mavs, well, no one really knows what motivated those guys to do that. We've gone through the conspiracy theories of them possibly trying to open a casino and getting the team to do so bad, and then they moved them to Las Vegas. We've kind of gone through those conspiracy theories because the family, I think, is into the casino business and all of that. But we also heard that because they couldn't get some permit to build a casino inside the arena, or something like that, from what I heard. But I don't know. That's all speculation. I don't know if that's true or not. He said Nico got the number 1 pick, so he replaced Luca with Flag, AD. And now he didn't get the number 1 pick. He was given the number 1 pick. He didn't get the number 1 pick. The Mavs were given the number 1 pick. Luca isn't all of that, just a great scorer. Now Luca is all. So if Luca ain't all of that, who is? So what is all of this Luca ain't all of that talk? What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? What do you mean Luca ain't all of that? Who told y'all that? Who said Luca Doncic ain't all of that? It must be somebody that doesn't have him on his team. Luca Doncic ain't all of that. Luca Doncic. Hold up. Let me pull up Luca's stats real quick, because in this day and age, people seem to love stats. So a guy averaging 37 points, 10 rebounds, 9.5 assists on 50% shooting from the field, 32% shooting from the 3, 78% shooting from the floor, from the free throw line, while getting you almost 2 steals a game, ain't all of that? What are y'all talking about? He said he don't play defense. Neither does Nikola Jokic. And he been the best player in the world for how many years now? What are y'all talking about? Who told y'all this? He said talk about AD don't play defense. I mean, Nikola Jokic doesn't play defense. And he's damn near better than everybody. Luca is a top 3, top 5 player. What are we talking about right now? What are we talking about? Does SGA play defense? Does SGA play defense? Yes or no? Does SGA play defense? Not Anthony Edwards, SGA. No, he does not. No, he does not. He's a better defender than Luca, but he ain't no all-NBA defender. He's a better defender, but he ain't an all-NBA defender. And what do you mean am I high? I watched him play. What are you talking about? I watched him play. What are you talking about? Y'all are bugging. What y'all are hating real? Like, what is this? Who got y'all hating on Luca like that? If you put Luca in the same series with SGA, he's putting up better numbers than him. It's a fact. If you put Luca in a series against SGA, he is walking out of that series with gaudier numbers. That's a fact. That's a fact. Dirk Nowitzki didn't play defense, and he's in the Hall of Fame. Top 75 player and top 10 scoring list of all time. So you need to stop this. Yo, people appreciate that. People just out here hating. Like, y'all are hating for some reason. What's up with y'all, man? Y'all sounding like the locker room. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all hating too much. Like, what are we talking about? Luca, and he said, I don't like Euros. Exactly. Then say that's what it is. Just say that's what it is. Don't be saying Luca ain't all of this and all of that. Just say you don't like Euros and leave it at that. But you over here told Luca ain't all of that. What are you talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Yeah, it's okay to not like a player, but it's not okay to just be saying crazy stuff about the guy just because you don't like him. Like, that's crazy. Luca ain't all of that. So if Luca ain't all of that, who is? The dude is averaging, somebody that's not all of that is averaging 37, 10, and 9.5. But he's not all of that. So who is? He said that's it. Yo, who's your favorite player? Who is this dude? The real Easy Leezy. Who's your favorite player? Leave it in the comment section. Who is this guy's favorite player? Like, what's all of this? Luca ain't all of that. What are y'all talking about? Who's his favorite player? Okay, Kobe. So I'm surprised you saying this. You out here, you sounding like a LeBron fan to me. You got some LeBron fan vibes coming off in these comments. And Kobe Bryant's my favorite player of all time. That don't take nothing away from Luca. Luca is not going to play defense. We got it. But everything else he does at an elite level. Everything else. But people are talking like SGA. Like SGA is a great player. SGA is not an all defensive player, bro. He's not. Ant-Man plays better defense than SGA. That's a fact. Ant-Man plays better defense than SGA. And we all know it. Ant-Man is a much better defender than SGA. SGA is more crafty of a scorer, but Ant-Man is a better defender. Ant-Man can play defense, that guy. No, SGA is a better player than Ant-Man, no doubt about it. At least I think so. But in terms of a defense, nah, Ant-Man can play defense, bro. Who else? SGA cooked. Nobody's saying SGA is better than Ant is better than SGA. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. But when you start bringing up this SGA and Kobe talk, I think that's ridiculous. I truly believe that's ridiculous. I really believe that. Because Kobe wasn't just scoring 30 a night. He was also making all first defense. Not second, all first. So I don't even want to hear no SGA and Kobe. SGA reminds you of Kobe. Not really. He dresses like AI and kind of looks a little bit like Kobe, but without the defense. So, nah, bro. I'm not giving y'all SGA is Kobe. I'm not giving y'all that. SGA is not Kobe. Because Kobe could score 30 and still make, no, I'm not saying you, but I've not seen him make an all-defensive team. I've never seen it. I can't remember the last guy. The only guy that I can think of that scored 30 and made all defensive is probably Giannis. Let me see Giannis. Maybe Giannis. Let me see. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think Giannis, or maybe Joel Embiid, but I think it's Giannis. Let me see. Giannis. It may have been Giannis. Now, Giannis can score 30 and make all defensive first team. Giannis can do that. Maybe Joel Embiid when he was healthy. Now, Giannis is my MVP right now. I got Giannis winning the MVP race. If the MVP race ended tomorrow, I'm picking Giannis to win it. Giannis is that. He lost a close game, but Giannis is looking good to me. Giannis is looking incredible. If we look at the Spurs, let me look at the San Antonio Spurs. The Spurs are also, Wemby has to be in the conversation, but the Bucks, they're not playing too well. But if you look at what Giannis is doing for them, it's going to be between Giannis, what's his name? I think the MVP candidates right now, Giannis, Wemby, SGA. You can throw SGA in there. And maybe you can throw in Nikola Jokic and somebody else. But Wemby and them guys at the top. And Luca as well. But Luca needs to start playing some of these damn games, man. Luca and these guys are missing too many games. Somebody said Jokic. Jokic is good, but I think what Wemby's doing is more impressive than Jokic. I would have to give the slight nod to Wemby over Jokic. And then it's a toss-up between SGA and all of those guys. Wemby's overrated? Nah, he's not, man. He ain't Kareem Abdul-Jabbar offensively, but you put his offense and his defense, and the fact that this is just his second year or whatever. Come on, man. His upside. Kate Cunningham is also looking very good for the Detroit Pistons. I think the Pistons are the number one seed right now in the Eastern Conference, if I'm not mistaken. But we got some good young guys coming up in the league. Somebody say you're a LeBron hater. So when you see that the ratings are up 92% it means that we got some young stars in the league. So anyway, guys, man, this is the update for you guys here. We got a lot of great content dropping in a few hours. So make sure y'all stay tuned to the channel, man, and appreciate you guys for tapping into this live, man. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. Peace.